That should be all okay. Right. Can you, in the first graph, what's the unit for the time? Is it seconds? Okay. And the unit for the velocity? Meters per second. So the usual then.
Yeah.
And what happens with the time? It starts at 0 and it goes up in 5s or 1s or?
The time is 0 to 3 to 10.
Up to 10, yeah? Okay. Right. And then the velocity starts at 0, 5, 15.
No, 5, 10,
Yep.
15.
Yep.
10, 5, 0, 0, 5, 10.
10, 5, 0, 0, 5, 10. Okay, and what's question 1? Probably draw the graph, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's all I ask you to do?
Yes.
Alright, so for the first one it's just draw a graph. Well, that's not too interesting. Right, so this is velocity time graph, and it's for homework question 1. X-axis is time in seconds, and the y-axis is velocity in meters per second. And this is what you should have. Oh, I should have the lines in. Yeah, but I screwed it up. I picked the wrong graph, I think. That doesn't matter. You'll have to use your imagination. So your graph should go straight up, across, straight down, across, and straight up.
Like it's going up and down.
Up, yep, down, and back up then. You all have something like that? Yes.
It's like when it's at the 8 seconds and goes to the 9. I draw it like a line, then another line.
Show me.
Like from down to up, yeah?
Like this.
It shouldn't be so vertical.
Or like this.
At the 8.
It was at 0.
Yeah, I think I'd have it going straight up from the 8. See, what's it? The 7 and 8 are both 0, but the 9 is not 0, so it must have started moving after the 8 0, so that goes straight up from the 8. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this.
Oh.
No.
That must be the wrong one. You got one before it. This is, I don't think, is the first one.
I think it's the last one.
Yeah. Where is it? What? Give me this. Where's the only one graph?
This one.
No, you only have one graph for me. There should be 3 graphs. Here. I don't know what happened. Is it all I ask you to do is the graph, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, what's the next question? It's an elevator, is it?
Yeah.
Do I ask you for the graph as well? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the times? Is it 0 to 10?
It's 4 seconds. And
Oh.
the travel-
It's a 4-second journey, so it's 10 seconds when it accelerates.
Oh, I don't give you data points, I give you a little story? Okay. So number 2 then.
An elevator starts at rest and accelerates up to the next floor. It accelerates for 2 seconds, then immediately deaccelerates
Okay.
for 2 seconds. And total travel 10 meters.
Yes, okay. So the graph looks like this. Yeah? Right. So did I ask you for the graph or not?
No.
No, but you kind of need the graph to do it.
We help all the time.
There you go,
What are
okay.
the maximum speed?
Yeah, which is this speed here.
Yeah.
And what's the distance traveled?
10 meters.
10 meters.
So you know that the area is 10 meters. So a half the base by the height should equal 10. So 2v should equal 10. So v should equal 5 meters per second. Now that was probably a lot easier than you thought. Because you have this expression on your face like, oh, I'm supposed to do that?
Exactly, yeah.
Dang. Did you get 5 in the end? No.
where is, what do you mean, half and then 4? It's,
That's the area of a triangle.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm? Should be 10, because the triangle has area 10 in this diagram. Yeah. Yes?
Yes.
Did you get this?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, how many questions were there?
4.
4? Okay.
3,
In-
3.
one
Yeah,
twelve.
two parts is
and
three.
four questions.
One,
Number 3. Are we ready for number 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I give you points or a story?
point.
Points. And-
Oh, now, is this the one where the units are a bit different? So the time is not, it's still seconds?
But
Yeah.
velocity is kilometers per second.
Aha. Velocity is kilometers per second. And the time goes from 0 to 10?
Yes.
Yes.
And the velocity?
0,
0, 1,
1.
4.
0, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 18, 9, 4, 0.
Okay, do I ask you for a graph?
Yeah.
What? I'm going-
Not just data in an appropriate manner, that means a graph.
Yeah, it has to be. It's the only choice. Right, sorry, let me draw this graph properly. So this is velocity time graph question 3. Now the unit is time in seconds and velocity
Kilometers.
in kilometers per second. So the graph should look something like this, roughly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Now, what's the question I ask you?
What was the maximum acceleration? A is the slope.
Yeah. I don't like that question. Stupid. Do I still want it? Yeah, okay. I'll do it since I asked for it. Should have asked for a better one. Well, the accelerations are going to be here somewhere, isn't it? Now, you'll notice that this graph isn't quite a triangle, is it? Kind of a triangle, but it's not really. Well, it's more of it's kind of more
A curve.
this. Yeah, it's kind of more
Yeah.
this shape than a triangle. So, if you were looking at this, is the acceleration big or small here?
Small.
Small. And what's happening? It's getting bigger.
Yeah.
So the biggest acceleration would be this one.
Big one.
Yeah. So if we were to look, if I try and move this a little bit out of the way. Oh, come on. There we go. Right, so that happens between here and here, which is between these two. So this one is a height of 25, and this one's a height of 36. So the rise is 11, is it?
Yeah.
And the run is 1. So the acceleration, which is the slope, which is the delta y over delta x, which is the rise over the run, whatever way you want to say it. On the top, what did I say? 11 and 1, was it? Now you have to be careful though, because the unit is kilometers per second per second. So it's 11 kilometers per second squared. And if you wanted that in meters per second, it'd be 11,000 meters per second squared. Or if you want to use your scientific notation, it'd be 1.1, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 10 to the 4 meters per second squared. Yeah.
I only wrote 11.
Did you write the unit?
Yeah, but it was minus 1. So.
Oh yeah, but in other words, did you write this?
Yeah, but instead of the 2 it was 1, so I fixed it.
Okay. That will cost you a mark in the exam.
Yeah.
Last year, I told my students, in the exam you lose 1 mark when you forget your units. So don't forget your units in the exam. So in the final exam I said to all my students before the test starts, don't forget your units. And of course, I had one student who didn't write any units. That cost them, I think it was 6% penalty. So instead of getting a B, they got a C for this reason.
Just because of the unit.
Just because of the unit.
But the number was right.
Yep.
So we get the grades or the percentage, or both?
Don't know. I think you might get both, but I'm not sure.
I will write both so I can get more.
If we get the grades, then it's fine. If we go for the percentage, then it will be competition. So if
Grades is all you really care about because that's what the university cares about. Anyway, you've been warned. Forgetting your units will cost you. In some cases, it will cost you a grade.
So it will be like less.
It'll be like a disaster.
Or
That's what it'll be like, okay? So you've been warned. Alright, that's it for the homework, is it? We'll go...
Two more parts.
Oh, okay, what's the next part then?
Maximum day.
Well that's just going to be the second half here, when it goes from 36 to 18. So, again, doing it the same way, the rise is minus 18, it drops by 18, 36 to 18. Here, look, I'll just write in here, it was this minus this divided by this one minus this one. So we had 11 kilometers per second, and then you do the same thing for the next one, and you get minus 18. Yeah, did you get minus 18? No, did you get 11? What's next then?
How far is
Are you okay with it being minus 18? So the acceleration again would be the change in the y over the change in the x, but in this case the change is a negative. It loses 18 and it's still over 1, and the unit is still kilometers per second, so minus 18 kilometers per second squared, like in the previous one. Yeah? And the last one, part C, is the distance, which is roughly equal to the area. Now, well, it's exactly equal to the area, which is roughly half the base by the height. Now, why am I saying half the base by the height, roughly? Why am I saying? Yeah, it's not quite a triangle, is it? It's not a triangle, but
Just like a triangle.
it's like a triangle. It's the best I can do. Something like a triangle, yeah. So, how big is the base here? It's 10 units, and the height, it goes up to 36. So roughly it's 180 meters. Now, will this answer be too big or too small?
It's too big.
Too big, yeah, because it bends in, yeah. So, you could say that, the answer, well, you know it'll be more than 0 meters, obviously, and you know that it'll be less than 180 meters, because it's curving in. So it's going to be somewhere in between the two. Yeah. So really, giving me any answer in between 0 and 180 is probably good enough, because I don't expect you to do anything fancy here. 180, this is definitely too big, and of course this is too small. So, if you were to guess an answer, maybe around about 100 meters. Okay, I suppose I could get it exactly here. Well, not exactly, but I can get the computer to do a bit of a better estimate. Like, for example, we could, I suppose I could do little triangles or something. No, it doesn't matter. I suppose we'll talk maybe more about this again in semester 2, in your maths class actually, you'll talk about it. But, yeah, definitely putting the triangle makes it way too big. You probably want your triangle to go to like 2 or something. try and get a bit closer, and the other one probably wanted to go to like 9, so 2 to 9, so maybe it's 3 units too big, so I think a closer answer might be a half of 7 times 36. So yeah, maybe about 110, something like this. Again, it's just rough. And it's important in physics sometimes that, you know, you can make an estimate, okay? So in physics, sometimes in some cases, it's okay to say, well, I don't know what exactly it is, but I can do this and I have an estimate. Yeah, that's okay. Right. In fact, in maths class, you'll learn a way to calculate this exactly. I don't know if you've done it before. Has anybody done this topic before? Takamo in Arabic.
Yeah. I did. But it was like confusing and annoying.
Yes, it is both of those things and more. Integral, yeah. Anyway, you can use this to calculate the area exactly, and this is you'll do this in math class. Anyways, we'll move on.